Hi, this is Liesl. We are going to talk about setting up the Snagit editor workspace to annotate our screenshot. So let's go ahead and open up Snagit. Here we go. When you first open Snagit, you'll see that there is an all-in-one option. We want to select the image tag because it gives us more control of the effects, for example. So when you first see the effects, you'll see that it's selected as none. So we want to go ahead and choose shadow. This will create a nice little consistent shadow that will pop out just nicely in our Canvas course. So let's go ahead and capture an image. Use the capture button on the right hand side of the Snagit menu. And I'm going to use my crosshatch here, my little crosshairs, to take an image. This image will be exported into the Snagit editor. So there's different parts to the workspace. Here is where you have your annotation tools, your arrow, your call out, your shape, for example. Here in Quick Styles, we have different themes. So for text annotation, we'll be using the urban, specifically and let's see if the tooltip pops up, the Trench Bucket MS 36 point. So that is the default, but we'll need to use the 20 font. Okay. Next, let's look at the shape that we will be using. Under Quick Styles, the theme would be basic, and it is the fourth rectangle. It's the yellow one on the top upper right hand corner. Okay, so this is the option that we'll use to highlight. And I'll go ahead and pull this in a little bit, just clean it up. Next is the arrow. So every time we have a highlighted section, we will need to add an arrow. And you'll notice that the tail is always at an angle, upper left-hand corner, and the arrow is pointing downward. This is because we read from left to right. So make sure it's on the left upper hand side. It'll draw our eyes to our emphasized area. So this is scenario 1. This is where the image has annotation on the left hand side. So let's go ahead and set up this workspace. You'll notice that this image has white boxes that we can use to expand our workspace. Notice these little check boxes here. This is where we can write our text, and it's really a transparent layer if you can think about it. So say for example, we want to use this image, okay? We want to use this image, but we want to use it on like a navy background. We would probably want this right here, all these checkered boxes, to be transparent so that we have a nice clean image of the annotation. In Canvas, this is not so much of a problem, even if this transparent section was white. I mean, our background is white in Canvas, so not an issue. All right, so we have our arrow here. We have some space on the left-hand side, and I'm just going to go ahead and expand this a little bit more to provide some space for our text. So let's say we want to point something out. We want the description to be short and simple, so make sure it's no longer than 3 lines. And what do I mean by that? I'll show you in a second. So under Quick Styles, under the theme, choose Urban, and choose the Trench Bucket MS 36 point. So yes, it says 36, that is the default. I would recommend, let's go ahead and change it to 20. So we want 20. We could probably, there we go. So now I've just added this as our as a customized option, so that I don't have to keep selecting 20 every single time I do this. Now I'm going to, on the workspace, draw a rectangle, and you'll see here now it's 20 font. Fantastic. So make sure you write no more than 3 lines in a text box, but 4 is okay if you must. Okay. So when you're writing long text like this, say it's 4 lines, I would recommend justifying it to the left so it looks a lot cleaner. If you want, you can expand this space here, the workspace, to be a lot longer. And in the text box, check it out. You can expand that as well, and now it's down to 3 lines. Notice how cleaner it is. So when you're designing infographics, make sure that it's very simple. The text annotation is very simple, and it's 3 lines, but 4 is okay if you really, really need to. So here is scenario 1 with the writing annotation on the transparent space.